People in here tonight, but that's still okay. Listen, we just got a great effort from really everybody, and we had a really intense practice yesterday and today, and we had to clean up a lot of things from the Mexico State game and shot selection and not guarding, not getting back, all those things. And I give our guys a ton of credit by adjusting and putting into the game the things that we worked on yesterday and today in the film, all the things that we did. It got into the game, and a lot of times it doesn't. So it wasn't perfect by any means, but I give them a credit. Their intensity picked up in the second half big time. That's why we had a little more trouble with the press, just because their athleticism and effort picked up. But at the end of the day, Kobe McGee, man, what a floor game he had. I mean, Kobe, Isaiah, Keith, Omega. Really, Omega's. I told Omega in the locker room, welcome back, Omega, and that's the guy that we recruited 4 years ago.
Going from 37% shooting against NMSU now to 54%, what was the turnaround right there?
Well, it was one, better shot selection. Two, we did change our offense really in a day, and we put more of a spread game in, which allowed more driving, and they switch everything, they overplay everything, and so the offense that we ran Thursday night would not have been any good tonight against these guys. The way they switch and pressure just wouldn't. So we didn't junk it, but we just didn't run it. I think we ran it one possession, so that was good. But the thing I'm most pleased with is their 37%. You know, the other night we gave up 53% from the field, and to come back and guard like that was so much better. And Chris McNeil, who is a heck of a player, to go 1 for 5 from the field, we just did a very good job on him.
On the shooting, Sam goes 8 for 12, and their other four starters go 3 for 16. So it wasn't just Chris struggling. It seemed like all 4 of their starters were struggling. What was it about their shooters that you guys were able to have success?
You know, right from the very start to coming in, we wanted to make sure we got to them on the three-point line. You know, that we were, you know, you have to help to the drive. Obviously, Logwood is a load. Now, he is one stout guy, and he can really drive and physical, so we brought really only one helper to him and tried to stay to their shooters, and that wasn't perfect either, but the key was getting out to them and running them off the three-point line, and did a pretty solid job of that.
Rebound margin was also a little bit slimmer. What was the difference on the boards?
You know, it's really amazing that we started 4 guards and really played 4 guards the entire game, four perimeter players, and then Paul Thomas or Tyler Smith at the 5, and then even we put Jake at the 5 for about 8 minutes. So we had 5 guards in the game. So it was just effort, really, and gang rebounding, rebound down from the top, don't stand and watch, go get it no matter what, team rebound. And just looking at Keith Frazier with 7, Isaiah Osborne with 8 is big time. Those are 2 perimeter guys to go get 15 rebounds was awesome.
16 points out of the 21 points off the bench by Kobe McGee. What was his? What was going on?
Well, you know, I told Kobe, and listen, he's a good player. His floor game was really good. He got a little shakier in the second half with 3 turnovers, but the first half was really flawless. I mean, it was a real fine line to stay aggressive against the press. You got to go attack to score, and then when you don't have the right look to bring it out and have the poise to know what is the difference. You know, what's a good shot and not a good shot. In the Mexico State game, we didn't. We just cranked it from anywhere, anytime, one pass, and that was really the downfall for us the other night, were turnovers and bad shots, and tonight that got better in both areas.
Seemed like Omega just didn't miss at some points. What was different with him? What was going on?
Well, you know, I didn't have anything to do with it, honestly. I had zero to do with it. He just played, and just talking to him, I kind of got on him the other day. And I said, you know, this isn't you, man. This isn't Omega Harris that we're watching play. And he's been in a, whatever you call it, funk, whatever you call it, and then he broke out tonight. And his shots were in balance. He kicks his foot out. He gets a lot of shots off balance tonight. Everything was in balance except for his turnover in front of our bench with about 1:50 to go, up 12. That's not a good play. But other than that, I thought he did really a nice job. And here's, you know, 1 turnover in 34 minutes out of Omega is big time.
big stretch coming out with Washington State. What do you guys have to do?
I honestly don't know. I'm gonna enjoy this one for at least a day, Bill, and then look at them. We know they're scoring a lot of points. They've beaten St. Mary's. They've had, I think they're 6-0 or 6-1 maybe. I think Davis might have beat them last night. I'm not sure, but they have really looked good. They look like a different team. They're scoring a lot of points. So I know that they're spreading the floor and playing like Marshall, if you're familiar with Marshall and how they play, shooting 33s a night or 43s, and so they're going to do that. But as far as their team and players, I don't know much about them. All right.
You guys, we're bringing in Paul Weir here.
All right, Coach, how's it going? Will Aaron, ABC 7. They sent me out here to kind of talk to you a little bit about what's it feel like to come back to the borderland.
Good. El Paso obviously has a tremendous history in their program. I'm excited to come here anytime you can play. I'm glad we're continuing the series, and I think it's good for both schools.
What's it like coaching UNM and then coming and playing the minors?
I don't know. I guess it's just a game to get ready for. Exciting to come here. It's a great basketball community, great basketball program. So just trying to come here and play UTEP.
Feel like you're back at home?
Not really. No, I don't really think about things like that. Just kind of came here trying to win a basketball game, and obviously we didn't.
Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, Sam's numbers here, 8 for 12. The rest of the starting 5 ends up going like 3 for 16, I think it was. Frankly, outside of Sam, I mean, the shooting was
Sure.
poor again. Can you guys do anything to create more open shots that aren't as contested as they were tonight?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd look back on this game or will look back on this game. I have to watch the film, obviously, and think offense was the problem, and our inability to play one-on-one defense is just it's getting very troubling. And Omega Harris is a tremendous basketball player. I don't want to take anything away from that, but him and McGee and the guys they had that just were able to just create offense without better pressure from us defensively or just better guarding from us defensively is problematic. You're not always going to have great shooting nights on the road. We missed some layups, we missed some free throws, we missed some things we usually do, and I think that happens at times. But I don't look at this game and think, man, we've got to find a way to get more offense. We've got to find a way to get better defensively.
As far as the defense goes, you mentioned this earlier in the week or after the Evansville game. You mentioned that maybe they would change something offensively because of the coaching switch. He did say they switched up. They didn't do at all what they did the other night against New Mexico State. What did they switch up that gave you guys so much trouble?
They did exactly what they did against South Carolina, and we watched South Carolina film this morning. They just really spread the floor and let these guys play one-on-one, and that's really what every team does to us all year long. With the way we play, they're usually just kind of spreading us out and trying to play one-on-one. We work on one-on-one defense every day. We're trying to get better. I thought we've made some good strides here of late. I thought we did really good against TCU, decent against Maryland, pretty good against Evansville, probably our best game of the year. But tonight, we just couldn't stop those guys, man, and it's concerning. So we'll have to continue to improve.
I know you said defense is the priority, but as far as the offense, Sam, getting it inside to Sam, and even Vlad a little bit, seemed to be successful. Were you guys unable to keep that going throughout the game, or do you feel you were trying and just weren't successful?
Yeah, I thought early on we didn't do it early. We gave it to them first possession of the game, and then we went away from it for a while. And it just, guys just got kind of trigger happy a little bit, and I don't think we were as patient as we should have been. I don't think we did not play the first half really like we didn't give them enough credit. I think we were just kind of going through motions, and unfortunately it was a halftime speech that got us where we needed to be. But just like the Maryland game, it was just too late to come down from 15 on the road. It just doesn't happen every time. You'd like it to, but it just doesn't.
Is there anything you can pinpoint? Obviously, if you could have before the game, you would have done it. But anything you can pinpoint as to why on the road twice now you've started so slowly?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's if it's a big enough sample size that we started the game at New Mexico State pretty good. You know, like I think we've had some runs there. You got to give credit to UTEP as much as you want to sit here and point blame. I mean, they played unbelievable. I mean, some of the shots that Harris made tonight was terrific. Osborne made some shots. McGee was incredible. Flaggart came in and made a shot. I mean, they were playing, man. And I'd say a good chunk of that was probably our deficiencies, but a decent amount of it was also them just making great plays. I mean, Harris shooting 20% on the year from three and goes 4 for 4. Flaggart comes in, makes a 3. I mean, they were making shots tonight, and some of them were uncontested and some of them were issues, but some of them were just late clock, 1 second left, hand in your face from 30 feet, and they just went in. So you have to tip your cap to UTEP for just playing like a team that was 1-5 and very desperate, and they did a heck of a job.
Ja'Kai started. Is that just because of recent success? Was there a reason Ja'Kai started?
Yeah, no, Troy just still working through some things, just pulled him for a game.
So it was more of a pulling of Troy as opposed
Yeah,
to Ja'Kai stepping in?
exactly.
I know I've asked you about this on the Connor front, but with Joe getting in foul trouble again, I do want to ask on Connor's update, has he been released to play fully or just to return to practice?
The doctors have cleared him to return. At this point, it is up to Connor to tell us when he is ready to return. There's nothing medically holding Connor back outside of his pain threshold.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.